Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Harakakodash. Double honors to apostles, the great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which we hope to be. Shabbat Hawaii. Got a good blessing for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who better shame of living like heathens. We spirit well witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, the world, and he calls Jehovah God of Yahweh. In the name of the Heavenly Son, that's Yahweh Shah, who the world only calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christ, or Yeshua. I got a book lesson. Any other preachers come out, you already know some of the spirits, Holy Spirit, white, believe it or not. And I just want to go into Matthew 22. I'm going to start at 1 and stuff, and I'm going to go through 10. But the spirit has it go somewhere else and stuff, you already know. Spirits like to win. And this is Matthew chapter 22 and 1. It says, "And Yahweh Shah answering spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son." So it's an arranged marriage. And if you look at it and stuff, then guess what? We all have an arrangement. We all have a arrangement, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to the wedding of the Lord. Because when you go into Jeremiah and stuff, the third chapter and stuff, it says that we're married unto the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you go into Ezekiel, the 23rd chapter, we doted on the Lord and stuff. Pretty much and stuff, we was just like how a female and stuff, because like Jeremiah 6 and 3, it says that Israel is likened unto a commonly adult woman. And that means to men too. There's no homosexual shit going on. Ain't no homosexual shit going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just the care. We know how it is and stuff, how a man is and stuff when it comes down to his female. His female can cheat on him and stuff, but he'll be ready and stuff to shoot the dude and stuff, even though it ain't his fault. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to the jealousy, now, you know, you have certain guys out there and stuff where it's like, nah, sorry, you cheat on me and stuff, you know, fuck what you talking about with the rule. You know what I'm saying? And they might be like, hey, look, shit, if you want it and stuff, you could deal and whatnot and stuff, but everybody want to sneaky link. So everybody want to sneaky link. You see, right? So bear with me. Motherfuckers want to sneaky link and whatnot and stuff, right? And it's like this. It's like this. You know. You know. So the Lord feel cheated on. He tells you in Exodus the 20th chapter, saying that he has jealous power and whatnot and stuff. So he's jealous that the Israelites who he married, a lot of them and stuff is more faithful and stuff to a different philosophy and stuff instead of his. You know, it's just like when it come down to a parent. You know, I've been through this, I've been through that, and then when it come down to the children and stuff, since you don't know shit, it's like I want to make sure that you don't go through the same things that I go through. So it's watch out. The Lord is watching out for us and whatnot and stuff. You see, you know, or it's like say if you deal with a female and stuff who been down that road, and it's like, you know what, I've been down that too, but I rehabilitated myself. I got myself together and stuff. And when it come down to you, you ain't necessarily all the way there and whatnot. But I'm willing to help you. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? That's how the Lord is and stuff when it comes down to the nation of Israel. But you're gonna have some that's gonna be like, you don't know what you talking about. Fuck you with the rule. This, that, and the third. They're gonna be rebellious. Then you have the ones and stuff to be like, shit, I'm getting tired of being broken down. Fuck being in this situation. They're gonna give in and stuff, and the Lord gonna have you, right? So it's a marriage that's going on. You see, right? So it says Matthew 22 and 20 and 2. It says the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king. It says which made a marriage for his son. It says, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. So there was if you ever look at uh if you ever look at Coming to America, the first one with Eddie Murphy, you know what I'm saying, right? The thing is that imagine and stuff, you had all this going on, you making preparation and stuff and nobody came, right? You had some sort of important stuff, you know what I'm saying? When it come down to a wedding and stuff, that's supposed to be like a grand thing and stuff. It's supposed to be a time of happiness, you know what I'm saying, right? But nobody come. It's like a birthday and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You invite all your friends and nobody show up, right? Verse 4, it says, again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden. Behold, when you go into that word bidden, gotta guess, Calio, directly or otherwise, be it called forth, called, right? And it says, and they were, verse 4. It says, well, verse 3 again. It says, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding. You know, uh, join on together and stuff. You see, that's what marriage is. Marriage means join on together. You know what I'm saying? Don't you join on to each other and stuff in the honeymoon? Of course. You know what I'm saying? The Lord made a socket and a plug. You see? Right? And it says, verse 4, it says, again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner. It says, and my oxen and my fatlings are killed and stuff. And what are those and stuff? You know what I'm saying? That's somebody preparing a feast. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be food there, right? You know, it says, because you already know and stuff in a real wedding and stuff, it ain't no food, ain't no cake and whatnot, ain't no drinks, ain't no champagne and stuff. Niggas going to be talking trash and talking shit and stuff about how that wedding and stuff wasn't on point because they had no food, right? And it says, and all things are ready. It says, come unto the marriage. And it says, but they made light of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they didn't think nothing of it. It says, and went their ways. In other words and stuff, and it wasn't going to be lame as hell, boy. I ain't finna go to that shit. That wasn't going to be lame as hell, boy. I ain't going to that. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas don't got no food. Hell no, boy. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas ain't wearing them niggas wearing, uh, 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 they wearing gowns and tuxedos and stuff. And, I mean, even though, whatever. The thing is that shit, I can't wear my Gucci, I can't wear my what's that, Versace and shit and whatnot and stuff. Hell no, I ain't finna go down there and stuff, right? That shit gonna be lame as hell. That shit gonna be whack, right? Like how you say with a juke party, right? Ain't finna be no juking there and stuff. I ain't going to that, right? And it says, I'll read verse 4 again. It says, again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner. It says, my oxen and my fatlings are killed. You know what I'm saying? Prepare the feast. It says, and all things are ready. Come onto the marriage. Verse 5, it says, but they made light of it. Word, I'm an elo. And it says, as a negative particle, in a negative sense, to be careless of. Make light of neglect, be negligent, not regard. So it wasn't important to them, right? Verse 5, it says, but they made light of it. It says, and went their ways. I mean, they did their own shit. It says, one to his farm, another to his merchandise, You know what I'm saying? Pretty much whatever he is that he bought. You know what I'm saying? It says and pretty much what they did and stuff is that they went to something else that was important to them. It says verse 6. It says, and the remnant took his servants. It says, and treated them spitefully and slew them. It says, but because let me grab this. This is Leviticus. No. This is Luke chapter 19, verse 27. Because this is a parable, but it's in a spiritual sense. You know what I'm saying, right? It was it. Well, yeah, I said this Luke 19 and 27. It says, but those my enemies, right? Because the Lord is calling for, you know, the elect, the 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men, the 12 tribes of Israel, the government body. The one third was going to be North America and stuff, which consists of men, women, and children who are Israelites and believe no matter how they look, who convert and keep the law, statute, commandments, and stuff to the best of their ability, meeting with faith, repenting every day, and not cherry picking what they want to repent on, and repent on a timely fashion on the Lord's side and stuff before it's too late, who is predestined and stuff written in the book of life. And then you got the innumerable multitude and stuff according to Revelation 7 and 9, who's been, you know, scattered and stuff across the world and stuff, who look like everybody and stuff, right? So it says Luke 19:27. It says, but those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, it says, bring hither and slay them before me. So it's going to be Israelites who's going to not choose Yahweh Shem Yahshua. They're still going to be on this earth. It's not going to be in who might be in the bunker, or they're going to be somewhere else and stuff when they ain't get slain by anything else. And they're going to get slain by Yahweh Shai, and they're going to get slain by the 144,000. Because the one third of stuff is going to be in the chariots. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're going to get delivered and whatnot. But the government body and stuff is going to do damage, just like the government will do when it come down to those who rebel and stuff according to their orders. You see, right? So I'm going to go back to Matthews 22 and 7. I'm sorry, 6. It says, in the remnant, which means small number. It's going to be a very small number and stuff who's going to repent and come back to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And the scripture says there's going to be a lot of individuals out there and stuff who going to have their mouth open and their jaws drop, where it's like, in Wisdom Solomon the 5th chapter, where it's like, oh my God, how is he numbered amongst the saints and whatnot and stuff? And it's going to be a lot of jaw dropping individuals and stuff who's going to be like, no. Uh, 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 if you ever watch Naruto, right, when he was going against Neji, right? The thing is that it's like the thing was is that with Naruto and stuff remembered, you know what I'm saying, that he could use the nine-tailed fox's chakra, right? What happened? When it started conjuring up and stuff, you know, and Neji was using his Byakugan gun, you know what I'm saying, his eyes and stuff, I saw it. But if when he was using it, and whatnot and stuff, he was like, no. In the tuning exam stuff, he was like, no, it can't be. You know what I'm saying? It was in it was in a scary voice and stuff, right? Well, uh, that's how it's gonna be and stuff for all the ones and stuff who ain't, check themselves and stuff. They're gonna be like, no, they're gonna be like, no, it can't be. They're gonna be sitting up here, it's like, it ain't no way and stuff that he one of those, or he ain't this, he ain't that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of awe and whatnot, a lot of amazement. It's gonna be like it because when it came down Yahweh Shai and stuff, think about it and stuff. They saw him do miracles and heal people up and whatnot and stuff, right? They saw that. But at the same time, when he was stuck on the cross, Yahweh took off the heads and whatnot and stuff, and he was calling to the Heavenly Father, and he was calling to the Heavenly Father, and he was like, why hast thou forsaken me and whatnot and stuff, because it was part of prophecy. But at the same time and stuff, he was like, it was like, here it is. I was able to change water into wine. I was able to spit and stuff and clear a person's eyeball. Somebody grabbed my remnant. I think that was Peter. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, now Peter is the shadow. But it was a female and stuff who had a blood disease, you know what I'm saying, for 12 years and whatnot, and it's for one. Here it is, you know what I'm saying? She touched my clothing and stuff and I healed her. So yeah, I was shy, like, why you forsaking me and stuff? You gave me this power and whatnot and stuff, but why you forsaking me? But it was part of prophecy and stuff. And the thing is that uh it was at that time and stuff, and people were sitting up there, it's like, you know what? He ain't one of the ones. He ain't this, he ain't that and stuff. But they were sadly mistaken and stuff, because after he passed away and stuff, guess what happened? It was nothing but trouble and stuff. Or no, it was not trouble, but it was nothing but his prophecies that he said that was gonna happen and stuff after he passed away and stuff, and that's exactly what happened. You see, you know, you know. So Lord is with his people, even though they don't be looked upon as, nah, you ain't one of the ones. They did that to Yahushua and stuff. Yeah, he was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get this Matthew 22 and 7. I'm gonna read 6 again. It says, and the remnant took his servants and entered them, and it says, and treated them spitefully and slew them. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 7, it says, but when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies. It says, and destroyed those murderers and burned up their city. Now, when it comes down to murder, it's not just somebody who just did it one time. It's somebody who's continuous. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody who's continuous and whatnot and stuff. And murder, it's like murder can go into spiritual too. You know what I'm saying? Because if you direct somebody and stuff to the wrong way, if you direct somebody and stuff to the wrong way and whatnot and stuff, guess more likely what's gonna happen? You're gonna murder them. You're gonna destroy them. You're gonna put them to death. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to men of the Lord, a great millstone, men of valor and whatnot and stuff, and other accounts and stuff that preach exactly like the great millstone and whatnot and stuff. The thing is that we're not trying to send you off. We're trying to send you, the correct way and whatnot and stuff to the best of our ability. And even if we do go off and whatnot and stuff, we're gonna get corrected and stuff by elders. And what we're gonna do and stuff is that we're gonna sit up here and correct our videos and stuff so we can give you the right understanding and stuff. But we do too hope to be saved. You see, and the one thing that we don't want to do for those who care about their nation is that we don't want to sit up here and send you off. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not Edomites. So this is Matthew 22 and 7 again. It says, but when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murders and burned up their city. It says, verse 8, it says, then saith he to his servants, it says, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. You know what I'm saying? And what's that not being worthy? What's that not being worthy? That not being worthy is the fact that they rather chose the world instead of choosing Yahweh Shai and following his protocols and his practices. You know what I'm saying? And his ways and whatnot and stuff. They chose not to be gods. They rather be peasants. They rather be fucking heathens. You know what I'm saying? Even though they was told that their way was heathenistic, the thing is that they was like, well, I'm finna stick with this. Joshua 24:15 says, if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose this day who you shall serve. And guess what? A lot of people, this is nothing new. A lot of people are like, you know what? I don't want to fuck with this. I don't want to deal with this and whatnot. People gonna look at me as a lame. People gonna look at me as a terrorist. People gonna look at me as a extremist. People gonna look at me as this, that, and the third, and whatnot and stuff. And the thing is that you ain't gonna hurt nobody, but at the same time, you're gonna hurt their feelings and stuff when it come down to this word. When you reprove their thought process and stuff, and show that it's wrong when they thought it was right all the time. That's the only thing that's gonna happen. And you know what happens and stuff. A know-it-all and stuff get hated, and that's what this Bible do. Makes you a know-it-all, a know-it-all. You see, right? So I'm gonna read verse 9. It says, "Go ye therefore into the highways." Right? When you go into the word highways, it's the word hados, and it says hados or hodos, but however they say it. It says a road, by implication, a progress, the route, act, or distance. Figuratively, a mode or means, journey, highway, and whatnot. So the highway and stuff is referring to the fact that you're gonna go out there and stuff on the streets. You know what I'm saying, and let them people know. Because think about it. If you have, it says in Acts 4:28 or 48, Acts 2:48. Uh, It's Acts 7:28, and it's another one in Isaiah. Let me get the one in Isaiah. It's Isaiah 66:1. And it says, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, the heaven is, it said, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me?" It says, "And where is the place of my rest?" So let me see. I think it's Acts 7. It gotta be 28. Acts 7:48. It says, "Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, and saith, it says, as saith the prophet." So, the Lord, the Lord is dealing with individuals. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had a church, if you had a building and whatnot and stuff, you know, it's not calling out to you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm around like some bricks and some dandruff for the earth and stuff. Not, no offense, but the thing is that um ain't nothing calling out to me. You know what I'm saying? So what when it go down to church, church means to call out and stuff, but it means to the people. Because you can have a church and whatnot and stuff, but at the same time, if somebody ain't in there and stuff to speak their message and whatnot and stuff, nothing's gonna happen. You see, nothing gonna happen at all, right? Right. So we go back to this Matthew 7:8, and it says, "Then saith he and his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy," and stuff. And why is that and stuff? It's because they didn't want to deal. You have another parable within the gospel and stuff where it talks about how, you had individuals stuff who wanted to follow Yahushua and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then they had other things on their mind and stuff. Be like, hold up, let me do this first. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll come with you and stuff. And they weren't ready and stuff to drop everything like the 12 and stuff and follow after them. And guess what? That's a lot of the people, right? Verse 9, it says, "Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage." Let's get the word bid. Kaleo, right? It says, properly allowed, but used in variety of applications. It's like it says, directly or otherwise, and it's more than likely directly. Bid, call. When you call somebody and stuff, you're trying to get in touch. You know what I'm saying? So we call out. Church means to call out and whatnot and stuff. But that's on the highways and byways and stuff, meaning outside. It says Isaiah 58:1, it says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift out thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins." You know what I'm saying? You know, and it says to call out like a trumpet and stuff. A trumpet is a horn. A horn is a loud noise and stuff. And remember, back in the ancient times and stuff, a horn was something that shows like a horn and whatnot and stuff. It will get blown into and stuff when trouble is coming. And that's exactly the stuff with the prophets, the apostles, the prophets, no, it's like the apostles, the prophets, the teachers, the evangelists. You know what I'm saying? You know, the seers and the judges. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. And the Lord said in Joel, the second chapter, that he will pour out his spirit and stuff upon all flesh. You know what I'm saying? You know, guess what? You have little kids, you have older women, older men, you know what I'm saying? You know, or adolescents and whatnot and stuff, or whatever the fuck age that you is and whatnot, having dreams such as destructive times. And guess what? They sharing it with people and stuff. You know why? Because that's what the Lord's going to do on this earth. You know what I'm saying? You see? But then you also have the individual stuff that he promoted, you know what I'm saying? I say promoted, you know what I'm saying, or gave a lot to and stuff where it's like, look, you're gonna teach and you're gonna tell these people and stuff that shit gonna get crazy and stuff, and they need to get their ass together and stuff, because in order for them to have divine intervention, you got to be cool with me. And when I say cool with me, I'm talking about how about Shimmy Shah. You see? Now the scriptures do say, you know, scriptures do say to have you know, to give a prophet a cold cup of water. You know what I'm saying? To get a cold cup of water and whatnot. That means to do a good deed onto. You know what I'm saying? You know, that promotes the ministry, keeps them there, so they can give you warning continually. You know what I'm saying? You know, not to do the opposite, right? Right. So you know, if you do those things and whatnot, you're gonna get a prophet's reward. Now, don't be going around kissing ass and whatnot and stuff, because the scriptures do say, you know, do as they say, do not as they do. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm bringing that up and whatnot and stuff is that, guess what? We individuals just like you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We can fuck around and go off. And if we go off and whatnot and stuff, don't be like, oh, since they did this, don't be on no monkey see, monkey do. If you know that shit ain't wrong, no. If you know that shit is wrong and whatnot and stuff, especially if they explained it and stuff, don't do the same shit just because you saw them doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't do that at all. What you do is that you correct them. Oh boy, you ain't supposed to do this. You ain't supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, jog their memory. That's what you will do, because it's a benefit in that too. You see, you know, to warn the righteous. You know what I'm saying? You know, because the righteous go out too. And I think it's in Ecclesiastes, the seventh chapter. I think it's 20th verse. It says, there is no man that is just. Just goes into righteous or right. You know what I'm saying? Who sin not and stuff upon the earth, roughly paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? So we all go off. We all sinners. You know what I'm saying? Even the elect that we hope to be and stuff are sinners and whatnot and stuff. But the thing is that we going to help one another out and stuff. We ain't going to look for each other's downfall and stuff. That's the 2/3. And that's the heathens, the wicked of this place, right? So this is back in Matthew's 22. And 9 again, it says, go ye therefore into the highways, right, which is on the streets. It says, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. It says, so those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. Because you're going to have individuals and stuff, they fucked up. They're going to probably be drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? You know, they probably going to be gang bangers. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm talking about hardcore motherfuckers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, they might do some weird ass shit and stuff where it's like, I would never do that and whatnot, but they did. You know what I'm saying? You know, because remember, let me grab this scripture. This is Judith in the Apocrypha. Bear with me. The Judith in the Apocrypha, chapter 5 and uh 5. So like the Judith chapter 5, verse 20, it says, now therefore, my Lord and Governor, this was a heathen. It says, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, it said, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up and we shall overcome them. So guess what? A lot of things that we thought was okay, or even if we pondered upon ourselves and stuff and be like, this shouldn't matter, or it's been a heightened feelings and stuff where it's like, what, I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that we learned the ways of the heathen. So guess what? We didn't think that the shit was wrong until we found out and stuff when it comes down to the Bible and stuff. Guess what? This ain't shit that we supposed to be doing. This ain't making us holy. This is making us wicked. You see? You know? Right? Right? I want to grab this. This is Psalms 83 and 1. It's 83 and 2. It says, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult. It says, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Right? Consulted against thy hidden ones, meaning they had plots where it's like, we're going to do this. We're going to make your children look shitty as hell. We're going to make your children look fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And when I say children and stuff, that's all ages of all Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who outward appearance instead of a heathen and whatnot and stuff. We're going to make them look like this and whatnot and stuff, you see? You know what I'm saying? We're going to make them choose our ways and stuff instead of yours. You know what I'm saying? Right? And it says, verse 4, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. What's how you cut off a nation and whatnot and stuff. You take away their heritage and stuff and apply some new rules and regulations, you see. And it says that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee and stuff, you see. Me and they teamed up. And when you read from verse 6, you verse 6 out, going on down, right? It goes into the different nations and stuff that was teamed up and stuff just to fuck up the nation of Israel. But guess what? You have Israelites and stuff who look like those nations, who claim those nations and stuff, and guess what? You following after they philosophy and stuff, and they fucking your ass up. This was a long-term thing and stuff that they did and stuff onto the nation of Israel. You see? Right? Now the Lord's going to wake up certain individuals stuff to get this truth and whatnot and stuff and give it onto you. You know what I'm saying? To let you know and stuff. It's like, even though you look like them, speak like them, you know what I'm saying? You for the temporarily time and stuff, you act like them and stuff. Guess what? You not one of them. You one of the nation of Israel and stuff, and you need to put on your heritage. You see, which they did so greatly to try to keep away from you and whatnot and stuff, right? So this is back in Matthew 22 and 9. It says, go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid them to the marriage. Right? Now I'm gonna read verse 10. That's where I'm cut off at. It says, so those servants went out into the highways, right? Because it's been pointed on to Songs of Solomon 3:1-3, right? Isaiah 58 and 1, right? Isaiah 62, right? Uh, Ezekiel 3:16-18, I believe. It says, meaning give them warning from me. It says, and gather together all as many as they found. It says both bad and good. So guess what? You're gonna have Israelites and stuff. They shitty as hell. They did some wicked ass shit. They did some fucked up ass shit and whatnot. Motherfuckers, remember? I think it's in the book of Romans and stuff. It talks about, or it's in the book of Corinthians, and it talks about how a man's sins follow them everywhere that they go. You know what I'm saying? Just like how if you commit a crime and whatnot and stuff, and they got a like how you commit a crime and whatnot, and they got a rap sheet on you and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They can roll that bitch down and stuff because you've been doing wickedness and stuff and going against their laws and whatnot and stuff. It's gonna be the same way when it come down to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you had been taught the heathen way and stuff, and the heathen way and stuff is against the law, statute, commandment stuff of Yahweh Shem Shah. And now we understand that we're not going to get saved and stuff off the law, statute, commandments, saying, off the letter. You know what I'm saying, right? But the thing is that As it says in Judges 5:11 and stuff, we rehearse the righteous acts. And last I remember and stuff, that old saying that's in the world and stuff, it says practice makes perfect. So how much more for holiness? You know what I'm saying? The Elder Malcolm and stuff, he said if you do something for 26 days and stuff, it's gonna be like second skin for you. You see? Yeah, you're gonna have to fight through it and stuff, because Satan gonna most definitely be on your ass to try to break it. But if you stay keen to the routine, then guess what? He can't do shit to you. Remember, the Lord said that we were going to conquerors. You know what I'm saying? Right? So this Matthew 22:10. It says, so those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. Right? So both bad and good and stuff. So you got people out there that think they good people and whatnot and stuff. There's certain wickedness and stuff that's within that too. You know what I'm saying? You might sit up here and be like, oh, I'm a good person and stuff, but you smoke weed. You might think that you're a good person and whatnot and stuff, but yet you'll fuck another man's bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, female and stuff be like, she'll wander in her mind and whatnot and stuff. It's like, my man cheating on me and stuff. And guess what? A good thing and stuff is that he need to see how it feels and stuff to get cheated on. That's not a good person. Good person is somebody and stuff that's according to these scriptures. You see? And it says so both bad and good and whatnot. And a lot of us been bad, bro. Only ones I would say that would be considered as good and stuff is those who knew about Yahweh Shem Yahshua early and stuff, which a lot of us didn't. We grew in Christianity, we grew in Islam, we grew in some other type of philosophy and stuff, or some type of religion and whatnot and stuff that we thought was true and whatnot. But right now, stuff in the last days, the end days and stuff, you know what I'm saying, it's being shown and stuff that guess what? The Bible is true and everything else is false. So we just coming back to our heritage and stuff, no matter how the fuck we look, right? And it says, and the wedding was furnished with guests. You know what I'm saying? So guess what that means? There's an invitation coming. There's an invitation. I mean, not coming, but there's an invitation and stuff that's happening right now and stuff. And guess what? People are sitting up here like, I ain't going to that stuff. It ain't lit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't lit. It ain't as great as I thought it was and whatnot and stuff. I thought it was gonna be like this with the woo, and it ain't. But at the same time and stuff, guess what? They uh they provide their own death. They situating themselves and stuff to be put to death. You see, because they not trying to cleave onto the Lord and stuff, and ain't nobody else gonna save you. And the one movie that I like is Mummy Return, and you had that bitch ass nigga and stuff who had that Family Dollar cup and stuff with the tassel and stuff on his head, right? And what happened when the mummy and stuff was, because the mummy was eating people and stuff just so he can get his so he can get back his appearance and whatnot and stuff, and he had to eat other people in their organs, right? But old boy and stuff, I think his name was Benny. He was like, oh no, you ain't finna get me. So guess what he did? He brought out different. The first thing that he brought out was a cross, and that goes to Christianity, right? Then he brought out something about Islam, right? Then he brought out some of Islam and stuff. And guess what? The mummy wasn't trying to hit it. Then he brought out Buddhism. Mummy wasn't trying to hit it. Then when even though it's Yiddish and stuff, it's still bullshit and stuff. You know what I'm saying, right? The thing is that he brought out the Star of David and stuff and started speaking the Yiddish, right? Now, metaphorically and stuff, that was talking about real ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew. And when it came down to the Paleo Hebrew and stuff, what happened? It's even though he wasn't speaking it, you know what I'm saying, that's in the movie and stuff, to try to make it seem like Yiddish and stuff is the holy language, but it's not. It's Paleo Hebrew. And the thing is that that's what saved his ass. You see, the right way. He said the mummy was like, "Oh, you speak the language of the slaves and whatnot." You know what I'm saying? Because he was Egyptian and stuff, and the slaves was what? Who? Hebrew Israelites. And that's in Exodus and stuff. The second. That's in Exodus 1:20. I mean, Exodus 1 and Exodus chapter 1 and Exodus the second chapter. You see. And the thing is that they know, right? So the thing is that you probably, it's like, oh, I don't like his delivery and stuff, but at the same time, you know what the fuck he talking about and stuff is right though. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how you saying stuff. Who gives a fuck and stuff? The thing is that, can you get the message? Then they show you that in that movie, Don't Be a Menace. All the offensive things and stuff that was being portrayed and stuff when it come down to the ghetto, right? It was offensive and whatnot and stuff, but then you had the mailman coming through and stuff, and what it was he saying? Message, message, message. It's about how about you clean going, huh? How about you clean going? How about you understand and stuff when it come down to the message and stuff, instead of talking your fucking shit? Stop bitching and stuff, you know. Salaki and stuff, if I rise up in spirit and stuff, but when it come down, stop fucking bitching and whatnot and get the fucking answer. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't get the answer and stuff, nigga, you gonna fucking die, nigga. You gonna die. And when I say nigga and stuff, I'm talking about men, women, and children. You gonna fucking die. Lord gonna put your ass to death, because if you can't get this message and whatnot, he don't want your ass. That means that, guess what? He gonna, matter of fact, let me read this. It says, verse 11, it says, and when the king came in, it says, to the guest, he saw there a man, right? Now, let me get to this. It's G444, right? It's anthropos. And it says human being, right? Human being stuff. Two categories. It's male and woman and stuff. Fuck your modifications. Fuck what you want to claim and whatnot and stuff. Lord built you how he built you. You know how you was born, motherfucker. Even if you are a hermaphrodite, I mean, what's it called? Aphrodite. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got both genitalia and whatnot and stuff. It don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Believe on this truth. You know what I'm saying, right? It says, verse 11, it says, and when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man, that means a woman and a man. Even if you have both genitalia and stuff and you don't and you was born that way, it don't matter. You are fucking included. Why? Because you are a human being, right? Mixture, but still. And it says it says which not it says he saw a man or human being which had not on a wedding garment and stuff. Now that garment and stuff, you know what I'm saying, is how you roll and whatnot and stuff within the scriptures. Are you living according to the scriptures, or are you living according to your flesh? You see, right? So it's somebody and stuff who's living according to their flesh, according to their belly and stuff. And they thought they was gonna slick and slide in and stuff, right? And it says, verse 12, it says, and he saith unto him, friend, how camest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? So guess what? You came, let me hurry it up. You came, you know what I'm saying, to the wedding, but you in distressed jeans, you in booty shorts, you know what I'm saying, you in coochie cutters and whatnot and stuff, your hair all over the place and whatnot and stuff. You look like you just got done fucking and shit and stuff and still came to the wedding stinking and shit, got stains and whatnot and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You're not dressed to the criteria, right? And it says verse 12, it says, and he saith unto him, friend, how camest thou and hither, not having a wedding garment? It says, and he was speechless. Meaning it's like, you don't got shit to say and stuff, because you already knew. You was invited and stuff. When you invited somewhere and stuff, more than likely you want to you want to get yourself together. You want to find out what you can wear and whatnot and stuff, so you can wear it, so you can look good. But instead, you was like, I'm just gonna come whatever, right? And it says, verse 13, it says, then said the king to the servants, bind him, it says, hand and foot, and take him away. It says, and cast him into outer darkness, meaning where you don't receive this knowledge. It says, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And what is that? The fire. You see? That's the fire. That's going to be the destruction of a two-third and stuff, of Israelite and stuff who refuse to repent. And repent goes into nacham, the Hebrew word, which means to make sorry and stuff. But guess what? You ain't gonna repent and stuff if you ain't sorry for shit. If you think everything that you did and stuff was good and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and you don't think you need to change your ways and whatnot, and the pride that you in and stuff, and guess what? You're gonna get fucking destroyed, nigga. You see? And I hate to say it like that and stuff, but I'm gonna put it that way and stuff. Nigga is a mentality. Nigga is a behavior and whatnot. Nigga is the way of the Edomites and whatnot. You see? You know? When I say nigga, it could be nigger or nigga. You know what I'm saying? But when it come down to it and stuff, the thing is that you have learned the ways of the heathens. You have learned the way of a nigga. You see? So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbat Habar Kakradash. Double honors to apostles of great millstone and salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. Shalom, well, Baba Ba, Kwam Yashrala. Verse 14 said, for many are called, but few are chosen. Which one you want to be? You better think about that and stuff and stop fucking playing with your fucking life and whatnot and stuff. Because the Lord will fucking destroy your ass. Shalom.